Welcome back, everybody, to our Super Mario RPG playthrough slash walkthrough slash commentary. This is part 11. Welcome back to Extra Gaming Whenever. In this video, we're going to be tackling Booster's Hill and Marrymore, and there's a ton of dialogue, so strap in, because it's gonna be a little bit of talking and a little bit of action. So let's first start off in Booster's Hill. So in this cool little mini game, we have to sort of tap or get close to Princess Peach, and we're not exactly going to watch the entire mini game, and I think I get about 5 to 6 flower tabs, but this is a great opportunity, and hopefully maybe you made a save file before this, but if you play this several times, you'll get a little bit better at it, but for the sake of our playthrough, we just played it one time. The background is really cool as it's taking us through the map, but we finally make it to Marrymore, where we can start our exploration, and a lot of the dialogue in this area is sort of just giving us a little bit of a background of the area. Now, Marrymore is a destination place for people to get married, and Booster, doing Booster things, has thrown off the wedding of someone who planned to get married. And now it's up to us to figure out how to get into the chapel and to sort of disrupt Booster and all that good stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing in the first part of this video. As Mario, we'd like to talk to all of our townsfolk to see what's going on, to see if we can figure out any clues that is happening during this time. So once we talk to all of the toads and figure out what we're going to do, we'll end up going to the only other building we can explore, and that is the shop slash the inn, which is highly regarded. When we talk to the shopkeeper, we are going to get some options for weapons and defense items again, so let's see what we got. So we got the super hammer, the womp glove, the handgun, and the fake chomp, and a lot of these weapons are going to give our friends some attack boosts, especially for Mallow and Gino, but not exactly for Mario in attack, but we do have some defensive items that we are going to equip across the board, except for Gino, because he doesn't need the happy cape. It's just gonna kind of buff his stats a little bit, or yeah, buff his stats. Other than that, we're going to end our shopping spree here and get on with the game. We don't need any items at this time because we've just been collecting, but we will check out the items just in case we miss anything. And this part of our walkthrough basically takes us through this exquisite experience where Mario can take a shower and we can tip the bellhop and whatever, it doesn't really matter. So once we get out of the inn, we start our search for the secret entrance. And guess what? It's right back here in this area. All you have to do is press A and you will find the secret door. And now we are inside the chapel. We are sort of entering through the back gate where people like the employees, like these chefs, for example, who are making a delicious cake, are preparing for the next wedding. Now we make our way into the main lobby, and Snifster number 1 is like, oh my goodness, you are here. What are we gonna do? And we figure out that we have to get into this door, but even the Snifster is not strong enough. So we have to do this little mini game where we have to time our runs so we go through the door together. And after a few tries, we are able to do that. The Snifster number 1 bangs through the next door, and as you can tell, we can see a save block right there. So we're gonna get a current runtime on our game real quick, and that is 8 hours and 39 minutes into this game. Again, I take my time, I grind a lot, I level up, so that way if I do come across, oh, I don't know, a random boss battle when you don't expect it, you don't have to worry about it. Another little mini game with Bowser. We can get through this door together. Believe it or not, I got that on my first try. This next part with Booster and Peach is just about Peach losing all of her items and Mario having to get them all back. Don't forget that the crown is on top of Booster, and you have this awkward little scenario where Booster and Bowser kiss the cheeks of Mario, which is kind of funny, you know, in the moment. But again, man, Marrymore is just super boring with its dialogue. But again, it's clever. Take the time to read it. We're not going to read it in this walkthrough. Once you get past the dialogue, these chefs are finished this cake, and this cake is pretty cool looking, but the chefs are not very happy that there's no wedding for this cake. But then we realize that there's something special about the cake. And that brings us to a sort of an interesting boss battle with the chefs. They are not too happy with us right now, so we're going to take us through the entire boss battle. They don't do a lot of damage at all. With Geno, we're going to start off with a Geno Blast. Looks like I have to plug in that controller, so let's go ahead and do that. Geno Blast hits the chefs and the cake. The chefs take no damage, but the cake does take a little bit of damage. We're going to shoot our fireball to all parties here, and the cake is resistant to the fireballs. That's not good. We just wasted the FP on that one. Mallow, we hit the cake for 117. The chef's not very excited about that, but wait a second. Did that cake just move? Oh my goodness, it is moving. We're hitting it for 146 on our attack. 328 on the attack. That cake, there's something wrong with this cake here. I'm not really sure what's going on. Move the camera up a little bit. That way we can see Geno's stats. The chefs are not convinced that the cake is moving, but the battle continues. We're going to try the shocker attack on the cake to see if that does anything. Nope, absolutely resistant. The chef's still taking umbrage with our attacks. The cake continuing to move. We're sort of just in this strange holding pattern right now until this cake enters the fray. The apprentice is adamant about what's going on right now. Once again, Marrymore, tons of dialogue, just a very slow part of the game. The cake's alive, run! See, I was right, and the chefs run out of there. And now the way the cake works is this. If all 5 candles extinguish themselves, or excuse me, if all 5 candles stay lit, this cake will hit us with a max HP damaging attack, which will, you know, sort of one kill KO us, and we're not going to do that. So physical attacks will extinguish the fire, and special attacks will not. So our goal is to just use physical attacks, but notice that the cake has special attacks that sort of put us into a little bit of a disadvantage. As you can tell, Mario and Mallow, they're scared, they're fearful right now. Geno the same way. We don't have any special items that can resist against that at this time. But again, we've leveled up so much that the damage done to us by the cake is literally nothing, and we are just pounding it at one attack after another for 150, for 63, for 180. Now the Snifters are back. Booster has returned. Booster is now on the cake. And again, our battle is interrupted by tons of dialogue. But here's the thing. Booster actually helps us out. I love that Booster has no idea how to eat a cake. He's never had a cake before in his life. So the Snifters are just going to help our party out and throw the cake into the gullet of Booster. And that essentially ends our battle. So here we go. Delicious. Hang on, I'm feeling a feeling. Yes, it's so good it makes me want to cry. Congratulations, sir. The wedding is now officially over. Thanks, everyone. It's a wrap. Let's go. And then they just exit. Not only do they exit, but we win. 25 experience points. Doesn't really do us any good there, but we're back to Mario. We're back to Peach. We have defeated the cake. And now our next objective is to get back to Mushroom Kingdom to report back. Now you can easily exit Marrymore, but of course I take a little bit of time to explore the castle, to talk to the toads again, just to fill in some of that story. We're not going to do that in this case. We're just going to speed on through it. As you can tell, not much is going on in the castle at all. They're making another cake, though, which is pretty cool. We get a little selfie. We finally make it back to the Mushroom Kingdom. And again, you know, this is just dialogue heavy, where they're explaining the story to the Chancellor about what's happening and how to get to Star Road and what they have to do to save the world, and Smithy and Smithy and Smithy and collecting stars and yada yada. It's all very cool in the game. Definitely take the time to read everything, but not for this video series. This is just a walkthrough. Get through the dialogue, exit the castle, and wait a second. We just dropped Princess Peach off to the castle for safety, but apparently she has other plans. She's in her tower, much like Rapunzel, and what the heck is she doing? She jumps! Everybody is shocked. She puts out her power sail and she floats on down in a very cool cinematic addition to the remake. We love that. And now Princess Peach and Mario and the gang, they all chat. Mario finally agrees that Princess Peach would be a good addition to the team. But now we don't know where to go. So what should we do next? Well, we should definitely head to Mallow's dad, to a Tadpole Pond. And thus, that ends part 11 of our video series for Super Mario RPG. Let's hit that save block, let's get a timestamp, and we'll see you in the next video. 8 hours and 55 minutes. As you can tell, it's like 25 minutes of dialogue, a little bit of a battle, but we'll see you next time. Thanks for liking and subscribing and sticking with us. See you in part 12. I wonder what's next. We'll find out.